Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. I really do not want to be here today. I want to be home with my family right now. I am, but I want to say a few words. I am still trying to wrap my head around everything that was said and everything that is happening. My husband and I are both raw and angry and heartbroken and sick for our family and for Los Angeles. And as an Angelino, like most Angelinos, I am reeling from the revelations of what these people said. Trusted servants who voiced hate and bile. Public officials are supposed to call us to our highest selves. And these people stabbed us and shot us and cut the spirit of Los Angeles. It gave a beatdown to the heart and the soul of this city. But before anything else in the world, I'm a dad. And I'm a fuck. I am a dad who I'm a dad who loves his son in ways that words cannot capture. And I take a lot of hits, and hell, I know I practically invite a bunch of them. But my son, man, that makes my soul bleed, and it makes my temper burn. And I know I'm not alone, because Los Angeles has spoken, and it feels the same way. When the LA Times called me on Saturday, I was out of town, and I was away from my family. And the reporter summarized some of what was on the tapes. And my first instinct as a father was to implore them, don't run the story or at least be vague. Please say made racist remarks about my son, but I didn't want to see the specifics in print. I didn't want him to have to hear them or read them someday. And I also knew that the tapes contained much more, learned even more in the past couple of days, much more than the comments about my son. And as the white father of a black child, you stumble and you fuck up, and you try to do your best to be a parent and an ally. And I get it wrong a lot. I get it right sometimes. I knew that I did not want this story about virulent anti-black racism to be centered on an angry white dad. And you know, I was afraid this was going to be in a California section. It's been in international news. You know, these words, they cut and they stung. You know, I know that I can never really know or comprehend or feel the weight of the daily relentless racism, anti-black racism that my son is going to face. But man, I know the fire that you feel when someone tries to destroy Black Boy Joy. Man, it's a rage. And you know, my husband and I were both raised at a time when, as gay men, we didn't think that we would be married, or that we would be allowed to have kids, or that we'd be allowed to have a family, because our relationships and our families were considered illegitimate. And a lot of what on these tapes stung. But over the past 2 days, I've heard about a lot more than me and my family. I've heard about attacks on the Oaxaqueño community. I've heard the homophobic tropes. I've heard anti-Semitic remarks. I've heard incredible coordinated efforts to disenfranchise blacks and renters and to weaken the voice of progressives and to undermine anyone who tries to do coalition building. And it's overwhelming, and I am outraged, and I'm sickened by it. Now, there are a lot of people who are now asking for forgiveness, and asking for forgiveness is a good first step, but, well, it's a second step, because first you must resign and then ask for forgiveness. But let me be clear. People should not ask me for forgiveness, because I can't forgive them, because it's not my prerogative. It's the prerogative of a boy who is too young to really understand what the hell is going on. And when he's older, maybe when he's in high school, you can seek his forgiveness. In the meantime, people that love him are going to try to help him understand. When a schoolmate mentions something, or when a well-meaning stranger approaches us on the street to say how horrified they are by what happened, or, and it kills us to know this is going to happen a lot sooner than we like, when he does a Google search and he reads the actual words that were said. And it's not my place to forgive the slurs and the treatment of the Oaxaqueño community or the API community or the Jewish community. It's not my place to forgive the coded comments against the gay community, or to forgive the overwhelming, casual, joyful anti-black raceness of the entire conversation. And it's not my place to forgive that coordinated effort to disenfranchise all these communities and all these people. Don't get me wrong. I want to be able to forgive the offenses against me and my family, and I want to lead with love and generosity and model the world we need to create, and I promise you I'll try. But to do so, first today I need to focus on love. I need to focus my mind and my heart and my family's attention on all those who have shown kindness and love to my wounded and hurting family. I especially want to thank Marquise and Isaac Bryan and Karen Bass and Melina Abdullah and all of the parents of black and brown babies who have reached out with a focus not on me, but on my son. And I want to thank all of the other LGBTQ parents who reached out. Those people know how to put families first. I want to thank Mayor Garcetti and Nithya and Aonisses and Ugo for their friendship and for their love and for their moral support. It has meant more than I can say, but from so many others, literally thousands of people from around the world. And I want to thank everybody who has reacted with fury and indignation. I am, on these tapes, I have heard the worst of what Los Angeles is. From you, I am hearing and I'm seeing what the best of Los Angeles is. This city is strong, and this city has a very big heart. And Los Angeles is going to heal. We can be, with a lot of work, a city where our reality matches our aspirations. We need to be a city that doesn't just issue a statement of indignation over something like this, but does the work to make sure that no little black boy, no young Latina, no kid anywhere hears this, and that no community feels disenfranchised and disempowered. I'm almost done. That work is never done, and it is always renewing. It's daily. There was moments with the Tom Bradley Coalition where that was real. There were moments in the multiracial coalition that elected Antonio Villaraigosa where that promise was there. In Karen and in Marquise and in Nithya and in Ulysses and in Isaac and in Ugo, I see the incredible promise of that coming in Los Angeles, a powerful, heart-led, multiracial crop of young progressives who are determined to build coalitions. The power is there, and the heart is there, and the fortitude is there. And I have more than hope in the pain and all of this. I have more than hope. I have faith that that can happen. Thank you.